All right. Good afternoon, wonderful people of the great city of Peekskill. My name is Rainey. I'm the proud mayor of the great city of Peekskill, New York. And I'm joined here on our weekly update with our wonderful city manager, Andy Stewart. Good afternoon.
Hey, Mayor, how you doing? Great to see you.
Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good. Feeling energetic today. Feeling very energetic today. Today is November 16th, 2021. And as many of you already know, we give you a weekly update on how the city of Peekskill is doing with the COVID, as well as with vaccines now. And we also like to give you a little bit of insight on what else is going on in the city of Peekskill. So without further ado, we'll begin as we always do. Andy Stewart, let us know where we are.
All right, starting out with the numbers. Numbers are looking pretty good, Mayor. The Westchester County data portal for COVID vaccination rates and active case rates shows that Peekskill's position has improved a little bit over the last week or so. We have 28 active cases. That's down from 38 or so a couple of weeks ago. Of course, earlier in the year, they were much higher and they went a lot lower. And they've been inching up a little bit, but not much. Our vaccination rate went over 80% a couple of weeks ago. We're at 80.9, which is a pretty good number. And we're looking to hoping people will continue to take advantage of the shots. And also, as children have become eligible for vaccinations, I know a lot of parents and pediatricians and others are taking a look at that. And the booster shot is widely available as well. So people are going in to get their boosters because it's been shown that the vaccinations, they need to have their booster, I think, after 6 months or so. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to see some special events happening in the city as well. The Youth Bureau had a COVID information town hall. The school district recently hosted a kind of multifaceted event with a lot of COVID information in it as well. So I think that we're seeing some good sort of promotion of health options for the city. We encourage people to continue to protect themselves, to use their masks. We require it when you come into City Hall. We have hybrid meetings in City Hall so that people can participate in our city council meeting without actually coming into a crowded room. And we do keep the room at half its usual capacity and require masks. So that's kind of the story with that, Mayor, for right now. Sorry, you're on mute right now.
No, I'm saying you can go ahead.
Okay. A couple of things. I know you got a little audio in the background. You're waiting for that to. I'll say a couple other things about things that are going on. One thing I just want to congratulate Lily of the Valley of Floral Design. They had a ribbon cutting over the weekend, new flower shop. It's really just exciting. It's a very positive thing for the community. And the city council came out for that. And typically the new businesses are always welcome to call City Hall and schedule a ribbon cutting. We appreciate what the Business Improvement District and the Chamber do to foster local business. So congratulations to that business. Absolutely. Nice to see it growing. It's really great. If you notice, our police officers are sporting more beards than usual. It's because they're in No Shave November, and they're celebrating that. They're trying to raise money for
this cracks me up every year.
Fight prostate cancer. So I noticed Chief Deluski starting to grow a beard. I'm like,
you know, I saw his picture. There's a video of it or a picture of him on social media at the Veterans Day Memorial, Veterans Day ceremony, and I saw his beard. I was like, okay.
So a lot of the guys, anybody growing a beard, you go through a period where it doesn't look that great.
No shame, no mirror. It cracks me up every year. Such an interesting way to get attention, but it works though.
Yeah, it works. So it's nice to see the PBA doing that. It's nice when the unions do these kind of community engaged things. Our fire department recently celebrated a high school student who was an extraordinary athlete, and they're helping out with the participating and getting gifts for kids for holidays through the Salvation Army and other activities. So it's good to see those groups kind of rallying around the community in various ways.
Yeah. A lot going on. There's a lot going on, and we discussed the fire department and the new direction that the fire department is going to go, and we encourage people who are interested in volunteering. Please, reach out to the current chiefs or the assistant chiefs or anybody in the fire department, as well as our city manager. And if you're interested in volunteering, please do. The more the merrier.
Yeah, just on that, Mayor. The last night, the city council received, I think, 5 new volunteers have been vetted by the volunteer firefighter organization in terms of medical and background and stuff. And it's just great to see young people signing up for the fire department. They get training, they get camaraderie, they get a chance to serve the community in a really, really important way. And when their service is so appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll be voted on next week. But we appreciate all the volunteers we can get. Yep. Thanks, Andy. So I wanted to drop couple of quick things. I do want to remind people. Our deputy, our clerk mentioned this last night in the clerk's office. Every department in our city has their own special traits and highlights. In the clerk's office does such a phenomenal job during the holidays to bring that holiday spirit to City Hall. So I really thank them. But just want to let everyone know that they're accepting nominee or honorees, nominee honorees for Black History Month next year. So if there's anyone in this community that you think should be acknowledged by the city of Peekskill for the Black History Month celebration, just submit the name and information to city manager, any mayor, or council members, or our clerk's office for consideration. And what we try to do is every year the clerk sends out a list of all of the people that have already been acknowledged for the past, I want to say the past 12 years, maybe longer. But for the past 10 or so years, there's been a good 80 to 100 people that have been acknowledged in the city of Peekskill, from the
Mhm.
Tuesday McDonald's, Jacob Pages, and some of the teachers and principals and police, and so many people in this community have been acknowledged and recognized. Judge Johnson and more. So, if you're interested, or if you know anybody in this community that you think should be recognized for Black History Month for whatever you think they've done, please submit that to us, and their name will go up for consideration for the council and mayor next year.
Continue the tradition.
Continue the tradition.
It's a
Absolutely.
pretty impressive list when you look at everybody who's been honored over the last few years.
Yeah, my grandmother's on there. Mary Rainey. My grandmother is on there. Mary Rainey is
Yeah, people will recognize a lot of their neighbors. So it's extraordinary leadership.
absolutely. Special council meeting on January 1 we spoke about last night for the
Mm.
inauguration. Just want to remind people again, we did schedule a public hearing for the solo project last night, or we did discuss scheduling a public hearing for the solo project last night. So I would definitely tune into the council meeting on Monday night to get the information on that, and when the actual date for that public hearing is going to be, so people can actually come to the meeting and express their concerns, their comments, or their support or not support for the project. But
Yeah,
Kenny Kearney came in last night.
for folks who don't know the shorthand on that. That's a over 200 unit affordable housing development down on Lower South Street, and a former brownfield site that's being redeveloped.
Yeah,
It's a pretty exciting project. So
yeah, about 225. Yeah, affordable housing units, and they have about, he mentioned last night, close to almost 290 parking spaces. I think he said.
they got to have parking. You can't do anything in this world without parking,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no, you can't do anything in Peekskill without
Yeah.
parking. Okay, if you bring a project to Peekskill, parking has always been one of the major challenges of development prior to this administration, especially. But I think that's going to be a great project. The housing authorities having their meeting this Thursday to discuss the future plans of the Kylie Youth Center. So I would also encourage people to tune into that meeting if you can, just to get some factual information. The presenter of the Boys and Girls Club is coming to hopefully share some facts for the community and answer some questions. There's been a lot of misinformation
Hmm.
going around. There's information circulating saying that the kids are not going to be able to utilize it. That they're going to charge the kids to the Peekskill kids to use the youth center, and then they're going to take the basketball program away. And there's a lot of misinformation that's out there, and they're going to present at this housing authority meeting coming up on Thursday, where you can get some real factual information, and hopefully some of this information those who actually attend the meeting or watch the meeting can actually share with their colleagues in the community, so we can actually support such a great initiative rather than be unsure. So, all right, Andy, anything on your end too?
Well, I know you wanted to mention that the Westchester Municipal Planning Federation
yes.
is recognizing the city of Peekskill for a couple of outstanding projects.
Yes, absolutely. For the community, Peekskill has been selected to receive a Planning Achievement Awards from the Westchester Municipal Planning Federation for the Central Firehouse and for Esther Place. So, this is very exciting. This is just a couple of the projects the city of Peekskill could be thankful for. The Central Firehouse is a state of the art firehouse, one of the most beautiful firehouses in Westchester County, in my opinion. And Esther Street, after the pandemic, a couple of members of the community came together and decided this would be a good place for public space, and the local businesses in the area agreed, and it's been a really nice place. And the Bean Runner, especially, is taking advantage of it by allowing performers to come out, showcase their talents. Talents such as Ray Blue and many, many more really came out and made this a really unique area in our downtown.
Yeah, it's been some great musical events there for sure. There's really a need for good pedestrian plazas, and that's a street that's just it's really pretty. It's really nicely designed in terms of the surface of the street and its location, right by the Paramount Theater, and the coffee house and the restaurant and the and other stores there. Really create kind of a pretty lively little environment. So the city council last night discussed extending that street closure for another year. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that as we
Right.
continue to try to foster community activity in that space.
Excellent, 100%. So that's exciting, and you'll hear more about that in the next coming weeks on when the city of Peekskill will receive that. But it's exciting, very, very exciting.
I wanted to mention as well, apropos of Thanksgiving coming up, I'm sure people are looking forward to a holiday and some of the family, that the Caring for Homeless organization is running its annual turkey trot, where they're taking donations of fresh produce or healthy non-perishable items. They can be dropped off over at the Chamber of Commerce office starting on November 15th through the 19th. And also the turkey trot is taking place on Saturday, November 20th, where people can, the price of entry is basically bringing a frozen turkey to donate. So that's a fun and great way to help the community. We thank all the organizations for putting that together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We also just to throw this out there, since you mentioned Thanksgiving, just want to encourage people to be safe during the holidays. Continue to wear your mask, social distance, and if possible, you can avoid large gatherings in small places. Please consider, because the holiday season is when they anticipate the uptick of the COVID numbers to increase again. So just be mindful, be safe, be cautious, be careful, be aware, and of course, have a good time with your family and friends and loved ones.
Absolutely. I don't know if there are any other topics that you want to get into tonight. There's always a lot going on. Busy city council agendas every single week.
Yeah. Yeah. Just remind people our council meeting is next Monday hybrid. You can join online from wherever you are in the world if you have the access to Zoom, or you can come to the council chambers to meet with myself and the other council members. We look forward to having you all there. We made some changes on the budget last night that we expect to be in the budget.
Yeah, so we'll do a final adoption of the 2022 budget. It's under the tax cap. It's a good budget for the city. It funds critical services in a way that's efficient, I believe, and has been well vetted by the city council through a whole bunch of presentations and so on. Another item on for next week is actually our public hearing on the retail cannabis sites.
Oh, yes.
That's important. We've been promoting that, trying to get the message out. People have been sending in emails with their comments for and against, and the city council asked that the opt-out public hearings be held, and the city council will decide after those hearings whether it wants to opt out of either retail or the lounges or both.
Yeah.
And
So
I
we
think that's
encourage
a good
people.
debate.
Yeah, I encourage anybody and everybody, please come to the meeting or join on Zoom. Let us know, as the mayor of the city and with my council members, we definitely want to hear from the community. And there's been so many efforts to try to get people to participate in this specific subject, especially when it comes to deciding if the city of Peekskill should opt in to the cannabis lounges and retail, or opt out. And as people know, if we opt out, there is an opportunity to opt in later on. But if we stay opted in, we cannot opt out. So your opinions are great. Your points are great. I do just want to add one thing, and not to criticize anyone, but there's so many Google links that you can find to support your stance. So data always helps, but we do want people to consider looking at the state of the city of Peekskill and what you think would be best for our city. Because, we don't want people to come up there and say, well, in Wisconsin, they have 500 um, uh, cannabis retail stores, and it's been perfect. And then in Wyoming, they have 500, and everybody's fell off and drowned. Or we just kind of look at Peekskill and see what your opinion does and what your information does to benefit the city of Peekskill's decision. All right. Well, thanks for bringing that up, Andy. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I don't want nobody to forget about
that. We always try to promote those public hearings with more with our Facebook posts and using our government channel and putting stuff on the website and so on.
Absolutely.
It's important that people participate in those hearings.
Absolutely. So let's see. Do we have any questions out there? Any questions or comments from the
Let me just
community?
check on the Facebook. Let's see what we got. It seems pretty quiet, to be honest. I'm not seeing any comments right now. So, nope, not seeing any, Mayor.
No comments today.
Nobody's weighing in at this-
Everybody must be preparing for the holidays. There's no problem with that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
listen, Andy, thank you for taking time out. Again, as we do, we will see you all. God bless you all. God bless one of the greatest cities on earth, Peekskill, New York. We will see you same time next Tuesday afternoon.
Thank you. Take care, Mayor. Bye-bye now.
You too, man.